Chosen one, your soulmate and wealth are closer than you think. Chosen one, you did not arrive here by chance. Every step, every pause, every silence was guided by a force greater than your understanding. You were drawn here because a shift is unfolding, one strong enough to shatter the patterns that once kept you bound. Yet this breaking is not destruction, it is release. It is freedom stretching its wings inside you. Can you sense it now, the current moving through your body like unseen sparks igniting your very skin? That is the whisper of change announcing itself. And as this awakening stirs, know this: someone's soul is already attuned to yours. Their spirit is moving closer, carried by the same current that lifted you to this moment. They are not an illusion, not a distant dream. They are real, and they are being drawn by the light, the love, and the abundance beginning to rise within you. Even if your mind resists, insisting that such connection belongs to others, never to you, remember this truth: the universe has never overlooked you. It has never turned its face away. It has always held you, and it always will. Chosen one, understand this: your soulmate is not a distant hope, but already walking the road that leads directly to you. Wealthy in spirit, overflowing with love, and aligned in purpose, they are being drawn by the frequency now awakening within you. For as your energy shifts, a new vibration is released, magnetic, undeniable, impossible to resist. This is not coincidence. This is destiny unfolding. But before you step further, pause. Let your eyes rest upon these words and allow them to sink past your thoughts, deep into your spirit. This message is not simply spoken, it is imparted. And if it stirs something within you, let it be known. Like, share and subscribe, because what is about to unfold is a truth every chosen one must hear. If this word resonates in your soul, mark it. Declare it. Drop the number 77 in the comments, not as mere digits, but as a signal to the heavens that you stand aligned with divine truth and are ready to claim the blessing appointed for you. For only those who are truly chosen will remain until the end, and those who endure will not leave empty. They will rise with sharpened awareness, deeper understanding, and the blessing hidden within this message. And remember, chosen one, revelation comes in layers. Return to this word again and again. Rewatch as often as needed until your mind, body, and spirit align with the truth now being revealed. Each time you return to this message, you will uncover something new, something you may have overlooked the first time, yet vital for your spirit. So let us begin. Close your eyes, chosen one, and breathe. Can you sense it? That quiet hum surrounding you, the gentle pull deep in your chest, that is the universe aligning itself with your intention. It is the threshold of love, prosperity, and purpose swinging open before you. You are stepping into a future already woven with promise, a path where your soulmate waits, one whose very being is intertwined with the journey of your soul. Do not expect it to appear in the ways your mind imagines. It may not come wrapped in a cinematic moment or under a sky filled with signs. It could unfold on an ordinary day, in a familiar place you have passed 100 times before. Yet when it happens, you will know. The atmosphere itself will shift. The air will carry a different weight. So remain present. Remain awake. For the timing of the universe is never random, it is divine. Even when life seems chaotic, even when nothing appears to make sense, heaven's order is still at work. And here's what you must remember. Love and abundance are never found through striving. They cannot be grasped by anxious hands or controlled by restless thoughts. They arrive when you surrender, when you trust. Trust the unfolding. Trust yourself. Trust that what is meant for you will not pass you by. And hear this clearly, you do not need to be perfect. You do not need every answer in place. The universe is not demanding perfection from you. It is simply asking you to remain open, to hold on to the belief that something greater is on its way, that someone is on their way. Yet let us be honest, chosen one, the road here has not been easy. You have known disappointment. You have felt the sting of broken promises, the ache of trust betrayed, the weight of a heart left wounded. Perhaps you have even been convinced that to desire both love and abundance is too much, that asking for wholeness makes you selfish or unrealistic. But hear me, that is a lie. You were never designed for less. You were created for more. Though your past may have trained you to settle, your soul has never forgotten the truth that you were meant to flourish, not merely survive. That you were destined to be deeply loved, abundantly supported, and richly blessed. Abundance was never meant to be locked away from you. Healing, then, is not denial. It is not pretending the wounds are gone. Healing is standing in your truth and declaring, I am still worthy. You have already endured the hardest seasons, and now it is your time to receive. The more you choose to love yourself, to forgive yourself, and to speak life over yourself, the wider the gates of blessing open. Through self-love, the path clears for your soulmate to enter and for prosperity to flow. And every time you choose joy over fear, trust over doubt, gratitude over scarcity, you rise into a higher frequency, one that cannot help but draw miracles toward you. Here is a truth you need to hear today. You do not need to force what is already meant for you. You do not have to control every outcome, chosen one. In truth, the more you release, the more life flows. That is the hidden law. When your grip loosens, blessings finally have space to land. Picture it like a package you've ordered. You don't stand by the door in anxious watch. You rest, you trust, you know it's already on the way. That same trust belongs in every part of your life, in your dreams, in your love, in your wealth. It has already been sent. It is already moving toward you. Your task is not to chase, but to open your heart when it arrives. Imagine yourself before two doors. One leads you back to the familiar fear, limitation, doubt, the endless second guessing. But the other swings open into the unknown. And within that door waits your transformation, your soulmate, your next level, your breakthrough. The universe asks you only one question: are you ready to step through? Do not settle for less than the song your soul is singing. The love you long for is not fantasy, it exists. The wealth you envision is not illusion, it is real. But to receive it, you must believe in your worth. For the universe always answers energy, and yours is rising even now. Abundance, chosen one, is not measured in numbers on a page. Abundance is not a number, it is a vibration, a mindset, a way of seeing. When you choose to look through the lens of possibility, the world itself begins to shift. Suddenly, opportunities are no longer hidden, they rise all around you. Everything feels alive with potential. Imagine waking each morning with the deep knowing that the universe is moving in your favor. That love is already searching for you. That wealth is flowing toward you with ease. That every step you take is guiding you closer to a life anchored in purpose, joy, and connection. This is not a dream. This is alignment. This is your birthright, and it is already unfolding in this very moment. So remain open, remain trusting, stay rooted in love. For your soulmate, your abundance, your breakthrough, they are already set in motion. They are on their way. And all that is required of you is belief. Yet from an early age, many of us were taught a different story. We were told resources are scarce, that love and success must be fought for, that opportunity belongs only to a few. Conditioned to chase and compete, we learn to hustle for survival instead of resting in divine flow. But what if that story was never true? What if the universe was never scarce at all, but overflowing with blessings, waiting only for us to believe we are worthy of receiving them? Hear this truth, chosen one: abundance is real. Love is without limit. Opportunities are constantly unfolding, being created anew with every moment. And when your mind shifts from "there is not enough" to "there is more than enough," everything around you begins to move. No longer do you attract stress, lack, or fear. Instead, you begin drawing in exactly what your soul requires: people who uplift, resources that provide, love that sustains, and wealth that empowers. These are not accidents. They are alignments, answers to the vibration you carry. Understand this clearly: abundance is not about excess. It is not about collecting more for the sake of showing more. True abundance is wholeness. It is the life that feels complete, where your emotional, spiritual, and financial needs are met in harmony. It is a state of balance that supports your growth, your peace, and your purpose. And when you live from that place of fullness and trust, your life itself becomes a declaration to the universe: I am ready to receive. And the universe does not ignore such a signal. It responds. It aligns. It delivers every blessing that resonates with your vibration. Whether it is financial provision, deeper relationships, or the soulmate your heart has prayed for, know this, chosen one: you were never meant to choose between them. Yet the world has often whispered a lie that love and money cannot walk together. That somehow a rich love life and financial success cannot coexist. But that story is not truth, it is conditioning. In reality, love and wealth were never enemies. When grounded in healthy intention, they do not compete, they strengthen each other. Wealth is not evil. It is neutral, waiting only to reflect the heart that holds it. In the hands of the selfish, it magnifies greed. But in the hands of the kind, it becomes a tool to extend love, to pour out generosity, to multiply blessings beyond measure. And when love itself is rooted in truth, financial peace becomes a foundation for joy. Stability and freedom rise, making room for growth, for harmony, for a deeper union. So release the old fears. Let go of the thought that you are selfish for desiring both. You are not asking for too much. You are simply asking for what has always been yours. The universe holds more than enough for all, and that includes you. The very first step in calling forth love, abundance, and purpose is this: know your worth. For too long, you may have carried the weight of lies told you must earn love, told that financial freedom belongs to others, told that blessing was always out of reach. But hear the truth: none of that is real. You are worthy simply because you are. Your value is not measured by your income, your appearance, or even your achievements. It flows from your soul, from your heart, from the light you carry. And when you begin to believe this, everything around you begins to shift. You no longer chase after love or opportunity, instead you attract them. Why? Because confidence, self-respect, and faith in your worth radiate energy like a signal in the unseen. They call forth the right people, the right doors, the right moments. Think back. Have you ever lived a day where everything aligned? The right faces appeared, good news arrived without warning, and you felt the universe whisper, you are exactly where you need to be. That is not chance. That is alignment. That is the law of attraction at work, the truth that what you believe and feel deep within becomes the magnet shaping your reality. If your gaze is fixed only on what you lack, then lack will continue to multiply in your life. But the moment you shift your focus toward gratitude, Even in the smallest ways, you begin to draw abundance closer. Start simply. Be grateful for the love already present, whether it flows from your own heart, from a friend, or even from the gentle presence of a pet. Be thankful for the money that is in your hands, even if it seems little. Gratitude speaks loudly to the universe. I see the good, and I am open for more. And trust this, the universe always responds. But here is the trap many fall into, the temptation to force outcomes. We push, we worry, we cling to timelines and convince ourselves that with enough effort, we can make destiny bend to our will. Yet that energy creates only resistance. It is like swimming against the current, exhausting yourself, while believing that struggle is the way forward. All the while, the river was ready to carry you, if only you would release control. The true magic unfolds when you release the need to control the how or the when. Trust that it is already in motion, even if your eyes cannot yet see it. The moment you let go, the dam that held everything back begins to break. The waters flow again. The relationship you've longed for starts moving closer. The financial breakthrough begins to form in ways beyond your planning. Letting go is not surrendering to defeat, it is surrendering to divine timing, which has always been working in your favor. Yes, patience is not easy. You have prayed, worked, and wept, and still the evidence seems delayed. But chosen one, remember this, timing is everything. No tree bears fruit the day after it is planted. Growth takes time. Ripening takes time. And so it is with your blessing. So while you wait, do not waste your strength in frustration. Use the waiting as preparation. Sharpen your vision. Guard your heart. Strengthen your faith. For when it comes, and it will come, it will not be fragile or forced. It will be more beautiful, more abundant, more aligned than anything you could have ever manufactured on your own. So breathe. Release the tension in your shoulders. Remind yourself, love is coming, wealth is coming, a life of freedom and alignment with your soul's purpose is already on its way. The question is not if it will arrive. The question is, will you be open enough to receive it when it does? Think back to the moments when life seemed scattered, confusing, even painful, yet later, it all came together in perfect order. That was never coincidence. That was divine timing, and the same wisdom is at work now. Patience does not mean passivity. It means remaining rooted in your healing, in your growth, in your alignment while trusting the universe to weave what you cannot see. Your soulmate, your financial freedom, your next breakthrough, they are not delayed. They are aligning. You do not need to force. You do not need to chase. You need only to remain open, ready, and steady when the moment arrives. For when you trust divine timing, anxiety dissolves and peace makes room for blessings to land. Real love, real success. They are never random. They are drawn to you the moment your energy rises to match the life you were always meant to live. When you release the weight of others' expectations and choose instead to walk in your own truth, you unlock the path that was always waiting for you. Your soul carries a purpose, a light, a gift that only you can deliver to this world. And when you step fully into it, the atmosphere shifts. Your soulmate will recognize your frequency. Your abundance will begin to flow. Why? Because the universe always responds to authenticity. So follow what ignites you, what stirs your spirit, what makes you feel alive. That is your path. And when you walk it with courage, the universe meets you halfway with love, with wealth, with the fulfillment of dreams long planted in your heart. And know this, gratitude is the secret key that opens every door. When you honor the little things, the breath in your lungs, the sky above you, the kindness of a word, you send a signal into the unseen. I am ready for more. Gratitude elevates your energy. It raises your vibration. It calls blessings closer until they can no longer be withheld. Even in the hardest seasons, there is always something to be thankful for. Gratitude opens your eyes to what is already working, to what is already good. And when you fix your focus on the good, it multiplies. That is the law of attraction in motion. The more you celebrate what you have, the more the universe places before you reasons to celebrate. But true transformation begins within. It starts when you take responsibility for your growth, your health, your mindset, your relationships. As you tend to yourself, your energy shifts. You become magnetic. The right people, the right opportunities, the right blessings are drawn to your orbit. Self-improvement was never about perfection. It is about preparing yourself to receive what you have been praying for. Each time you invest in your healing, each time you learn, each time you choose a higher thought, you are sending a signal into the unseen. I am ready for more. And with that growth, breakthrough begins. But to step into the new, you must release the old. Old habits, old fears, old beliefs. They may have once kept you safe, but they cannot carry you where you are destined to go. Letting go may feel uncertain, even frightening, but it is the only way forward. Begin by noticing your patterns. Are they born of love or of fear? Choose love. Choose new thoughts, new actions, day by day, until your outer life begins to reflect the new you rising within. For your soulmate, your abundance, your breakthrough cannot enter while you cling to the version of yourself still bound to the past. You have done the inner work. You have healed, aligned, and prepared your energy. Now comes the final step, receiving. But understand this, receiving is more than the act of getting. It is the posture of believing you are worthy. It is the courage to open your arms wide and declare, I welcome the love and the wealth that were always meant for me. And in that moment, everything begins to shift. Speak it over yourself now. I am ready. I am open. I am worthy of love and abundance. Let those words settle into your spirit until they become truth. For belief is the bridge that turns possibility into reality. And remember, none of this can unfold without self-love. That is the foundation. That is where everything begins. When you truly love yourself, you stop settling for less. You stop chasing what was never aligned. Instead, you radiate a steady, powerful energy that draws the right people, the right opportunities, and the right blessings into your life with ease. Self-love is honoring your needs, believing in your worth, and treating yourself with kindness. It is not always simple. It requires healing, unlearning, and silencing the inner critic, but it is the greatest gift you can ever give yourself. For when you love yourself deeply, you no longer seek validation from the outside. You carry it within. You become whole within. And from that inner wholeness, love and abundance flow freely into your life. Imagine rising each morning grounded, peaceful, deeply fulfilled, not because life is flawless, but because you know who you are and what you are worth. That is the power of self-love. And gratitude is what weaves it all together. Gratitude keeps your heart open and your energy lifted. When you practice it daily, your perspective transforms. You stop fixating on what is missing and begin celebrating what is already here. A laugh, a breath, a small victory. Each carries its own energy. And when you honor those moments, they multiply. If you truly desire transformation, let your words align with your vision. Use affirmations to speak life into your reality. Replace I can't with I am becoming. Say it until it anchors in your soul. I am loved. I am abundant. I attract everything aligned with my purpose. And do not just speak these truths, feel them, see them. Imagine yourself already living them. For when your words and your vision unite, they take root. And once they take root, they bear fruit. See it, feel it, speak it. This is how you shift your frequency. Affirmations, gratitude, self-love, and trust, these are not small practices. They are the keys that align you with divine timing, unlock your purpose, and make room for the soulmate and the wealth that have always been on their way to you. Everything you desire is already moving toward you. Your only task is to keep showing up, to stay true to yourself, and to remain open to receive. One of the most powerful ways to draw your vision into reality is through visualization. When you take the time to clearly picture the life you long for, love, abundance, success, you are sending a declaration to the universe: I am ready. And the more detailed, the more emotionally alive that vision is, the stronger the signal you release. This is not idle daydreaming. This is stepping into the life you desire with your mind and your spirit until it feels as though it already belongs to you. Visualization becomes a blueprint for your future. It activates your subconscious, aligning your energy with the frequency of what you wish to attract. To make it even more powerful, add emotion. Feel the joy of holding your soulmate's hand. Feel the peace of financial freedom. Feel the pride of reaching your milestones. Your subconscious cannot distinguish between imagination and reality, so when you feel it deeply, you prepare the way for it to manifest. You can practice this through meditation, journaling, or simply by closing your eyes and envisioning your desired life. The secret is consistency. The more you see it, the more it becomes real. And with each vision, you step closer to living it. In a world that constantly demands your attention, it becomes easy to say yes to things that do not serve you. Yet every time you say no to what drains you, you are actually saying yes to what fulfills you. Many struggle with this word, no, out of fear of rejection, fear of displeasing others, fear of being unloved. But hear this clearly: setting boundaries is not selfish. It is sacred. You are not rejecting people when you set boundaries. You are honoring your energy, your time, and your purpose. Each no creates space. Space for the right opportunities. Space for relationships that align. Space for experiences that match the vision of your soul. Protecting your time and energy is not just wisdom, it is preparation for the very blessings you have been praying for. So remember this: every no to what is not aligned is a louder yes to something greater. Respect yourself enough to choose wisely. And know this as well: change will not always feel comfortable, but it is one of the most powerful instruments of growth. Every shift, whether small or sweeping, opens a doorway to new experiences and deeper transformation. Without change, we remain stuck in patterns that hold us down. But with change, we evolve into stronger, wiser, more radiant versions of ourselves. It is natural to cling to what is familiar, even when it no longer serves our growth. But growth requires release. True transformation is born the moment you step outside your comfort zone. Think back to the times change carried you to a higher place, a new path, a new relationship, a shift that stretched you but left you stronger. Even when change felt frightening, it was never sent to harm you. The universe does not remove to punish, it clears space to prepare. Trust this: what feels like loss is often the opening for something greater. Lean into the unknown with an open heart, for growth is waiting on the other side. This is where the law of attraction becomes real. Whatever holds your focus multiplies. Dwell on lack, and lack expands. Fix your heart on abundance, on love, on success, and you draw those very things into your life. The first step is clarity. Define what you desire. Be specific. The clearer your vision, the easier your thoughts and emotions align with it. And here is the secret: your emotions are the fuel of manifestation. When you feel joy, gratitude, and hope, you radiate an energy that attracts blessing. But when your heart sinks low, you unknowingly block what you are calling in. Gratitude is the bridge. Gratitude shifts your vibration and signals to the universe, I am open for more. Each thankful thought multiplies the blessings that come. So keep your thoughts lifted, your emotions bright, and trust the life you long for is already on its way. Chosen one, there is a sacred truth that has been hidden from many, whispered only in the quiet spaces where divine wisdom flows freely. Your soulmate and your wealth are not separate desires competing for the universe's attention. They are twin flames of the same divine fire, two expressions of one sacred wholeness that your soul has always known it deserves. Before conditioning taught you to choose between love and money, before society whispered that wanting both makes you greedy, your spirit held a blueprint. This blueprint contained the vision of your complete self-love deeply and provided for abundantly. This is not coincidence. This is cosmic design. In the beginning, you were never meant to fragment yourself, to believe that choosing love means sacrificing security, or that pursuing wealth means abandoning the heart. Your soulmate and your wealth vibrate at the exact same frequency, the frequency of worthiness. When you truly believe you deserve profound love, that same belief automatically opens the channels for financial abundance. Think of it this way: a person who knows they deserve a love that honors their soul will never accept a relationship that diminishes them. Similarly, someone who recognizes their true worth will never settle for financial struggle that keeps them small. The energy signature is identical self-respect, self-love, and the deep knowing that you are worthy of life's greatest gifts. Here is what most do not understand about divine timing. The universe operates on sacred mathematics. Your blessings are not random drops of luck scattered across time. They are calculated coordinates in a divine equation where each element arrives precisely when you are energetically ready to sustain it. Your soulmate cannot appear before you have learned to love yourself completely, because a love built on two incomplete halves will crumble. Your wealth cannot manifest before you have healed your relationship with worthiness, because money in the hands of someone who feels undeserving will be unconsciously sabotaged or quickly lost. But here is the miracle. When you do the inner work, when you heal, when you grow, when you align with your worth, both doorways swing open simultaneously. Not because the universe is efficient, but because you have become the person capable of receiving and maintaining both. Your external world is always a perfect mirror of your internal state. When your inner world is fragmented, when you believe you must choose between love and security, between passion and stability, your outer world reflects this division. You attract partners who cannot provide security or wealth that costs you love. Yet when your inner world becomes integrated, when you know with unshakable certainty that you are worthy of both deep love and abundant provision, the mirror shifts. You begin attracting a soulmate who is also financially conscious, or wealth that flows through heart-centered work, or opportunities that honor both your need for love and your desire for freedom. Here lies the deepest truth. Your soulmate and your wealth are not just arriving together, they are arriving through each other. Your soulmate may be the key that unlocks your next level of abundance, bringing opportunities, wisdom, or connections that elevate your financial reality. Or your wealth may be the foundation that allows you to show up fully for love, free from the anxiety and limitation that once kept your heart guarded. This is the completion code, the universal principle that states all aspects of wholeness arise in harmony when the foundation is prepared. When you stop seeing love and wealth as competing forces and start recognizing them as complementary energies, something profound shifts in your vibration. You begin radiating magnetic alignment, an energy signature that says to the universe, I am ready for my complete blessing. This alignment is unmistakable. It draws people who are both emotionally available and financially conscious. It attracts opportunities that fulfill both your heart's desire for connection and your soul's need for security. It creates a life where love and abundance dance together in perfect harmony. Here is the beautiful paradox that completes this truth. The more you try to force one without the other, the more elusive both become. Chase wealth without love, and money becomes empty. Chase love without valuing your worth, and relationships become draining. But surrender to the knowing that you deserve both. Work on becoming the person worthy of both, and trust the divine timing that brings both, and suddenly, the universe has no choice but to deliver your complete blessing. As your soulmate and wealth begin their approach, you must learn to hold both frequencies simultaneously in your being. The frequency of love, open-hearted, trusting, vulnerable, flowing with emotional abundance. The frequency of wealth, confident, decisive, valuable, aligned with material abundance. Most people oscillate between these frequencies, never mastering the art of embodying both. But you, chosen one, are called to integration. You are meant to be someone who loves deeply and thinks abundantly. Someone who leads with heart and makes wise financial decisions. Someone whose presence says, "I am complete." And when you embody this integration, you become irresistible to both the love and the wealth that have been searching for you. For the universe always responds to wholeness with more wholeness. This is why they come together, chosen one. Not as separate gifts, but as the unified blessing you are always meant to receive. You are not meant to be half fulfilled. You are meant to be whole. And wholeness includes being deeply loved and abundantly provided for. The question is not if they will come together, but when you will fully accept that you deserve them both. Now, chosen one, wisdom without practice is merely philosophy. The universe responds not to what you know, but to what you embody. So let us move beyond understanding into the sacred art of daily transformation, where your ordinary moments become the crucible for extraordinary change. Each morning, before the world claims your attention, before the noise of daily life begins its chorus, there exists a golden hour when your spirit is most receptive to divine alignment. This is when you must anchor yourself in the frequency of your desires. Rise with intention, not urgency. The first thoughts you think, the first words you speak, the first energy you cultivate, these set the vibrational tone for everything that follows. Begin with gratitude, but not the shallow kind that lists material possessions. Practice sacred gratitude, the kind that acknowledges the miracle of your very existence, the breath moving through your lungs, the infinite possibility held within this new day. As you breathe, imagine each inhale drawing in pure possibility, each exhale releasing any doubt or resistance that has accumulated in your energy field. This is not mere breathing, this is conscious co-creation with the universe. When you speak your affirmations, do not recite them like empty prayers. Instead, feel them as declarations of a reality already unfolding. "I am deeply loved" should resonate in your chest, like truth coming home. "Abundance flows to me easily" should vibrate in your bones like recognition of something you have always known. The power is not in the words themselves, but in the emotional conviction behind them. Your subconscious mind responds to feeling, not logic. It believes what you feel repeatedly, not what you think occasionally. The art of visualization requires you to become a master of your own imagination. Close your eyes and construct your desired reality with the precision of an architect and the passion of an artist. See your soulmate not as a vague figure, but as a living presence. Feel their hand in yours, hear their laughter, notice the way your energy dances with theirs. Make it so real that your heart responds as if it were happening now. For in the realm of energy and attraction, there is no difference between a powerfully imagined experience and a lived one. But here is where most people stumble. They visualize once and expect miracles. True manifestation requires the patience of a gardener. Every day, you must tend to the seeds you have planted in the invisible realm. Return to your vision like a lover returns to beloved's arms with consistency, devotion, and unwavering faith. Each visualization session is not separate from the last. It is the continuation of a conversation you are having with the universe, a conversation that grows richer and more powerful with each return. Throughout your day, practice the art of conscious response rather than unconscious reaction. When faced with delay, disappointment, or doubt, pause. In that pause lies your power. Ask yourself, what frequency am I feeding right now? Am I responding from love or from fear? Then consciously choose the higher vibration. This is not denial of difficulty. This is the choice to remain aligned with your vision even when circumstances seem to contradict it. Carry with you a sacred phrase, a mantra that calls you back to your center when the world threatens to pull you into lower frequencies. It might be as simple as "I trust divine timing" or "love and abundance are finding me now." When anxiety whispers, when impatience rises, when the old patterns of lack try to reclaim their hold on your mind, repeat this phrase until it becomes stronger than the noise. This is your anchor in the storm, your reminder of who you are becoming. In the evening, as you prepare for rest, practice the ritual of release. Review your day not with judgment, but with compassion. Notice where you stayed aligned with your highest vision and celebrate those moments. Notice where you fell into old patterns and forgive yourself with the tenderness you would show a beloved friend. Then, consciously release the day. Let go of any energy that is not yours to carry, any worry about outcomes you cannot control, any urgency about timing that is not yours to determine. Before sleep takes you, speak a blessing over your dreams. Ask that your subconscious mind continue the work of alignment while you rest. Request that divine wisdom flow to you through the night, that solutions appear, that your energy field be cleansed and recharged. Sleep becomes not escape from your conscious creation, but an extension of it. Your dreams become a workshop where possibilities are refined, where your soul speaks to you in the language of symbol and metaphor. This is not about perfection, chosen one. There will be days when the practices feel difficult, when faith wavers, when the old pattern seems stronger than your new intentions. This is normal. This is part of the journey. The key is not to abandon the practices in these moments, but to return to them with greater gentleness. Your consistency matters more than your perfection. Your willingness to begin again matters more than your ability to maintain without interruption. Remember that every moment offers you a choice point. In traffic, you can choose gratitude for the car that carries you, rather than frustration at the delay. In line at the store, you can choose to see fellow souls, rather than obstacles to your efficiency. In difficult conversations, you can choose to respond from love rather than react from ego. These small choices accumulate into a powerful vibrational shift that the universe cannot ignore. The practices work not because they manipulate cosmic forces, but because they transform you into someone whose very presence attracts the blessings you seek. They refine your energy, clarify your focus, and strengthen your faith until you become magnetic to miracles. Through daily practice, you stop being someone who hopes for love and abundance, and become someone who expects them, who prepares for them, who lives as if they are already on their way. For in truth, they are. Every moment you choose love over fear, every time you respond with gratitude instead of complaint, every practice that aligns you with your highest vision, these are not just hopes and dreams. They are acts of creation, drawing the invisible into the visible, calling forth the future you were born to live. Chosen one, there is a sacred truth that most spiritual teachings dare not speak. You cannot attract what you secretly believe you do not deserve. No amount of affirmations, visualizations, or positive thinking can override the deep, hidden beliefs that lurk in the shadows of your unconscious mind. These shadow beliefs are not your enemies. They are the forgotten children of your psyche, crying out for acknowledgement and healing. The shadow work of love begins in the places where your heart learned to protect itself. Perhaps it was the first time someone you trusted broke their promise, and a small voice inside whispered, "Love always leaves." Maybe it was watching your parents struggle and your child mind concluded, "Love means suffering." Or perhaps it was the moment someone made you feel like you were too much or not enough, and you decided, "I must hide parts of myself to be loved." These beliefs did not form overnight. and they will not disappear with mere positive thinking. They are etched into your nervous system, encoded in your cellular memory, woven into the very fabric of how you perceive yourself and others. They operate below the level of conscious thought, sabotaging your relationships in ways so subtle you may not even notice. You find yourself attracted to unavailable partners, pushing away those who love you deeply, or creating drama when things become too peaceful. The shadow work of wealth runs even deeper, for it touches the ancient wounds of survival and worthiness that humanity has carried for millennia. Your relationship with money was formed long before you could count coins, shaped by the energy around resources in your childhood home. Was money discussed with stress or ease? Was there enough, or was there always worry about having enough? Did you learn that good people are poor and rich people are bad? Or perhaps that money is the root of all evil, and desiring it makes you spiritually impure? These early imprints become the invisible ceiling of your financial reality. You may work hard, think positive thoughts, and take all the right actions, yet somehow money slips through your fingers like water. You may find success, only to sabotage it unconsciously through poor decisions, unexpected expenses, or simply an inability to receive what you have earned. This is not weakness or failure. This is the shadow speaking, protecting you from what it believes will harm you. The most insidious shadow belief of all is the one that whispers you must choose between love and money, that having both makes you greedy or unrealistic. This belief often forms when we witness others sacrifice love for security or security for love, when we see relationships crumble under financial pressure, or when we observe wealthy people who seem cold and loveless. The shadow concludes that, to protect one, you must abandon the other. But here is the profound truth that shadow work reveals. These limiting beliefs are not facts about reality. They are stories your psyche created to make sense of pain, to protect you from further hurt, to help you navigate a world that once felt unsafe. They were survival mechanisms that served you once, but now they confine you. The work is not to destroy these shadows, but to meet them with compassion, to understand their origins, to thank them for their protection, and to gently show them new possibilities. The healing begins with witness. Sit quietly and ask yourself, what do I really believe about love? Listen not to what you think you should believe, but to the whispers that arise from deeper places. Do you believe you are worthy of devotion without having to earn it? Do you trust that love can be safe and stable? Do you secretly fear that if someone really knew you, they would leave? Write these beliefs down without judgment, as if you were documenting the thoughts of a dear friend who has been hurt. Then ask, what do I really believe about money and success? Again, listen deeper than your conscious mind. Do you believe that having money makes you a good person or a bad person? Do you think wealth will corrupt you or liberate you? Do you feel guilty for wanting financial freedom? Do you believe you must work harder than everyone else to deserve abundance? These shadow beliefs often contradict each other, creating internal conflict that keeps you stuck in cycles of self-sabotage. The transformation happens not through fighting these beliefs, but through understanding their origins with profound compassion. That voice that says love always leaves was once a small child trying to make sense of abandonment. That belief that rich people are evil was perhaps formed watching someone use money in hurtful ways. These shadows were never trying to harm you. They were trying to protect you from experiencing that pain again. But now you are no longer that hurt child. You have grown in wisdom, strength, and discernment. You can love without losing yourself. You can pursue wealth without sacrificing your values. You can be both heart-centered and financially conscious. The shadows do not know this yet. They are still operating from old information, old wounds, old fears. The healing happens through reparenting these shadow aspects of yourself. Speak to them as you would to a frightened child. I understand why you learned to fear love after being hurt so deeply. Your protection served me well. But now I am strong enough to love wisely. I can choose partners who honor my heart. I can set boundaries that keep me safe while staying open to receive. Or, I know you learned that money is dangerous because you saw it used to hurt others. But money is neutral. It takes on the energy of the person who holds it. I can be wealthy and kind, prosperous and generous. This inner dialogue may feel strange at first, but it is the conversation your psyche has been waiting to have. Your shadows have been speaking to you all along through self-sabotage, through patterns that repeat despite your best intentions, through the quiet voice that says you are asking for too much. Now you are finally learning their language, finally offering them the understanding they have craved. As you heal these deep beliefs, you may notice resistance arising. Part of you may actually be afraid to release these limitations because they have become part of your identity. Who would you be without your struggles? What would it mean about your past suffering if it turns out you are worthy of both love and wealth? This resistance is normal and sacred. It shows you are touching the places that most need healing. The journey of shadow work is not comfortable, but it is profoundly liberating. Each limiting belief you heal, each shadow you integrate with love, each wound you tend with compassion, these become the very foundation of your magnetic power. For when you are no longer split between what you desire and what you believe you deserve, when your conscious and unconscious minds align in the knowing of your worth, you become irresistible to the blessings you seek. This is why shadow work is not optional for the chosen one. It is essential. You cannot build a palace on a foundation of unworthiness. You cannot attract lasting love while secretly believing you are unlovable. You cannot manifest sustainable wealth while carrying shame about prosperity. But when you do this sacred work, when you heal the splits in your psyche and integrate all parts of yourself with love, you become whole. And from wholeness, miracles are not just possible, they are inevitable. And so, chosen one, we arrive at the sacred threshold, the moment where understanding transforms into embodiment, where wisdom becomes your lived reality. You have journeyed through the depths of your own being, witnessed the shadows that once held you bound, and glimpsed the magnificent truth of who you are becoming. Now comes the most important moment of all, the choice to step fully into your power. You stand at the crossroads where two paths diverge. One leads back to the familiar territory of limitation, where you can return to the comfortable discomfort of believing you must choose between love and abundance, where you can remain safe in the smallness that has protected you but never fulfilled you. This path requires nothing of you except the willingness to forget everything you have just remembered about your true nature. The other path stretches into the unknown territory of your highest potential. It is the path where your soulmate is already walking toward you, where your abundance is already flowing in your direction, where the life you have always dreamed of is not just possible, but inevitable. This path requires everything of you, your courage, your faith, your willingness to believe in miracles, even when the world tells you to be practical. But here is what I know about you, chosen one. You did not find these words by accident. You were not drawn to this truth by coincidence. The very fact that your soul resonates with this message is proof that you are already choosing the second path. You are already saying yes to the life that has been calling your name since the day you were born. The universe has been preparing you for this moment through every joy and every sorrow, every triumph and every heartbreak. Every closed door was redirecting you toward the one that will open. Every delay was divine timing, ensuring you would be ready when your blessings arrived. Every disappointment was clearing space for something greater. Nothing has been wasted. Nothing has been in vain. Every experience has been shaping you into someone capable of receiving and maintaining the love and abundance that are now moving toward you. Your soulmate is not a distant dream, they are a present reality moving closer with each breath you take. They too have been on a journey of becoming, healing their own shadows, raising their own vibration, preparing their heart to recognize yours when your paths finally cross. They are not perfect, For perfection is not required for profound love. They are simply aligned with their purpose, their worth, their readiness to love and be loved deeply. Your wealth is not a someday possibility. It is a current that is already beginning to flow in your direction. It comes not as numbers in a bank account alone, but as opportunities that excite your soul, as work that feels like play, as abundance that allows you to be generous with your gifts. It flows through your willingness to receive, your commitment to your growth, your alignment with your highest values. The signs are already appearing around you, though they may be subtle. Notice the synchronicities that seem to wink at you from the universe. Pay attention to the doors that are opening, the people who are entering your orbit, the ideas that are sparking your imagination. These are not coincidences, they are confirmations that your new reality is already taking shape in the invisible realm before it manifests in the physical world. But remember this, chosen one, receiving your blessings is just the beginning. You are not being called to this level of love and abundance for yourself alone. You are being prepared to be a light for others who are still walking in the darkness of unworthiness. Your healed life becomes a beacon of possibility. Your integrated wholeness becomes proof that others need not choose between love and security. Your joy becomes permission for others to claim their own. This is the true purpose of the chosen one, not to hoard blessings, but to demonstrate what is possible when someone fully embraces their divine worth. Your soulmate relationship will inspire other hearts to believe in true love. Your abundant life will show others that spirituality and prosperity can dance together in perfect harmony. Your journey from limitation to liberation becomes a roadmap for all who are ready to follow. So hold your vision sacred, but hold it lightly. Trust the process, but do not grasp at outcomes. Love yourself completely, but remain open to love from others. Work toward your goals, but allow room for miracles that exceed your imagination. This is the delicate balance of the conscious creator, to be fully committed to your desires while surrendering completely to divine timing. The road ahead is not without its challenges, for growth requires stretching, and stretching can sometimes feel uncomfortable. There will be moments when fear whispers loudly, when doubt seems more reasonable than faith, when the old patterns call you back to their familiar embrace. In those moments, remember these words. Remember who you are. Remember what you are worthy of receiving. Remember that you are never alone in this journey. And on the days when you forget, because there will be such days, return here. Return to these truths, like coming home to yourself. Each return will deepen your understanding, strengthen your faith, and accelerate your transformation. This is not a message you read once and file away. This is a living truth that grows more powerful each time you allow it to touch your heart. The time of waiting is ending, chosen one. The time of receiving is beginning. Your soulmate is closer than your next breath. Your abundance is nearer than your next thought. Your new life is as close as your next choice to believe in your own magnificent worth. Step forward now with courage. Walk in faith. Live in love. For you are chosen not by chance, but by divine design. You are worthy not because of what you do, but because of who you are. You are ready not because you are perfect, but because you are willing. The universe is waiting to shower you with every blessing you have ever dreamed of, and some you never dared to imagine. Your only task is to open your arms wide and say with your whole being, I am ready to receive. And in that sacred yes, everything changes. Everything begins. Everything you have been praying for finally finds its way home to you.